So, hello everyone. Now, in this video, we are starting with the one more second 12 marks question, which is accounting for share capital. You can see the question on the board, right? You can take the screenshot of the question. So, let us start. The first they have given Vigneshwar Trading Company Limited issued 10,000 ordinary shares. So they are issuing 10,000 ordinary shares. Let me write it full. So they are issuing 10,000 ordinary shares. The share price is 100 per share. So at 100, right, face value is 100 rupees and at a premium of rupees 10 each. So here it is premium, it is 10 rupees, correct. So in the next line, the amounts payable is as follows. On application, they are receiving 20 rupees. On application, they are receiving 20 rupees, and on allotment, they are receiving 40 rupees, but including premium. Correct. And the last one is first and final call. On first and final call, how much they are receiving? They are receiving 50 rupees, correct. Next. All the shares were subscribed and the money duly received except the first and final call on 500 shares. So they didn't received money for 500 shares on first and final call. That is, let us write it as arrears 500 shares, correct. And the directors forfeited their shares and reissued them as fully paid at 80 per share. So here it is reissue at 80 rupees. This shares got forfeited. 500 shares got forfeited and the same reissued at rupees 80, correct. So that's the question. Pass the journal entry in the books of the company. Let us pass the entries and it will be an easy question. You can get 12 marks easily, correct. Let us start. So the first entry will be application, correct. They are receiving 20 rupees on application. So first thing, let us write the entries, then I'll explain, correct. So the first entry will be bank account debit. How much? So application 20 rupees and issued 10,000 shares. So how much it will be? 10,000 into 20. Is it 2 lakh? 2 lakh rupees. Next, on what we are receiving on application? To share application money. So to share application account is also fine. So how much? 2 lakh rupees. Narration will be being application money received. Write it down. Being application money received. Next, reverse this entry. For the next entry, reverse this. Share application account debit. How much it is? 2 lakh rupees. And to where we will transfer? To share capital. We will transfer it to share capital. account, how much it is? 2 lakh. Is that correct? So the narration will be being application money transferred to share capital. So write it down. Correct. So we'll go to next entry, second entry, and then I will explain. This is your first entry. The second entry will be for allotment. Correct. Just use these entries, just change the name. Here it is application, you should write allotment in the second entry. So share allotment account, share allotment account debit. How much it is? On allotment we have 40 including premium. First you should write 40 into 10,000. 40 into 10,000. How much it is? 4 lakh. 4 lakh debited. Correct. Next we have to share capital account. To share capital account, we will transfer it to share capital account. Correct. Before that they have given premium. Correct. This amount is including premium. So now we should credit the premium to security premium. How much? 20 plus 40, it is 60, 110. So total it will be 110 and the face value is 100. So excess is 10. This is your premium. Correct. This is your premium. 10 rupees is the premium, which means it will be 1 lakh rupees. Next, what is the entry here? To share capital account. We will transfer it to share capital account. Share capital account. It is remaining 3 lakh. 4 lakh minus 1 lakh, it will be remaining 3 lakh on the credit side. Fine. So make a note of it and we'll move towards the next entry, bank and to share allotment. Next entry will be bank account debit. How much? Total 4 lakh to share allotment account. It is 4 lakh on the credit side too. So shall I explain these two entries? First thing, why we are writing bank entry and next we are transferring to share capital, and here we are making a due entry and we are receiving the amount. Why it is? First thing, while we are issuing the shares, we won't know how much applications are going to receive. After receiving in the bank only, we will know how much applications are received. So only we are writing the bank entry first and next we will transfer the same to share capital account. Right. The next entry, why we are making a due entry and next we are receiving it. After application received, we will know how much applications we have received and how much amount we should receive while allotting. Right. So we are making straight away due and then we will receive it. So did you understand it? So let us go for the third entry, which is share forfeiture first and final call account. Correct. So for that, write the same entries without premium. Write the same entries without premium, just change the name. Here it is share allotment account debit. Here we will write share first and final call account. How much? So 50 rupees on first and final call into 10,000. 50 into 10,000. How much it will be? It will be 5 lakh. Correct. So 50 into 10,000. Next, the same without premium means we are excluding the premium here because we don't have any premium in the first and final call. Straight away to share capital. share capital account. It is 5 lakh on credit side. Narration will be being first and final call money due. Being first and final call money due. So the next entry will be, so the same entry, just change the name here, right? Bank account debit, right? So next, to share, here it is allotment account. You should write it as first and final call account. First and final call account. So what is the amount? What is the amount? Here they are clearly mentioned, we are not receiving money on 500 shares while first and final call, correct? So which means we are receiving 10,000 minus 500, so we are receiving on only 9,500 shares. So how much it will be? 9,500 into first and final call into 50. So just a second, calculate that. So it will be 9,500 into 50. It is 4,75,000. It is 4,75,000. So debit, next 4,75,000, credit, right? The narration will be first and final call money received on 9,500 shares, right? So here we completed 6 entries, correct? So we have 3 more entries. So first note it down. So 3 more entries are there. Shall I erase this? Yes. So let us move to the 7th entry, so which is forfeiture entry, correct? So here we didn't received amount for 500 shares. That share will be forfeited and then it will be reissued, correct? Forfeited, which means we are cancelling out the shares, correct? For that we should reverse the share capital account. We should reverse the share capital account. So how much? 500 shares we are forfeiting, correct? 500 shares we are forfeiting. So what is the face value of these shares? It is 100. 500 into 100, how much it is? I think 50,000, correct? It is 50,000. And so already we have received some amount in application and allotment, correct? So and then we didn't received first and final call, correct? In the question you can read it. All the shares were subscribed and the money duly received except the first and final call on 500 shares. We didn't received on first and final call, correct? For 500 shares, how much it is? 500 into 50. 2, there will be 2 credits. So the first thing will be share forfeiture and one more thing is first and final call. So first and final call account. Here in this entry we should write how much we didn't received in first and final call. How much we didn't received? It is 500 shares into 50 rupees, correct? First and final call amount. This amount we didn't receive for 500 shares. How much it is? 500 into 50. It will be 25,000. Correct me if I am wrong. So 500 into 50. Is that right? Next. So next we will write it as share forfeiture account. Share forfeiture account. So in this entry we will write how much we have received in application and allotment. Just minus these two entries, sorry, minus these two amounts. How much it is? 25,000. Right, 25,000. That's it. The narration will be 500 shares forfeited. Narration will be 500 shares forfeited. Next, the same will be reissued. The same will be reissued. So while we issue the shares, we will receive the amounts in bank. So bank account debit. So how much? How much is the amount? So we are reissuing the forfeited 500 shares. 500 shares, and for how much we are issuing it? For 80. We are issuing it for 80,000. Just a second. It will be 500 into 80. It is 40,000. Correct me if I'm wrong. 40,000. So we are receiving on reissue about 40,000. Correct. Next. So what we will do? So we forfeited 500 shares worth of 50,000, but we are reissuing it for 40,000 only. So here we are making a loss of 10,000. How we can cover it? Just share forfeiture account. So we are having the loss on debit side. Just write 10,000 on debit. Correct. Share forfeiture account. We will cover it from the amount which we have already received while forfeiting. Correct. In application and allotment we have received some amount for cancelled out shares, right? It is 25,000 and we need 10,000 only. Remaining 15,000 is balance. So we will transfer it to share capital account. Total it 40,000 plus 10,000, it is 50,000, right? So here the narration will be 500 forfeited shares reissued. You can write it as, or you can write it as 500 shares were forfeited and the same reissued. Correct. So the last entry will be we have taken some amount from this 25,000 and used it in the loss of reissue. Correct. So it is 10,000. Just minus these two, remaining balance will be 15,000. So share forfeiture account. In share forfeiture account, how much balance we will have? 15,000, which is nothing but this forfeiture minus this forfeiture. The remaining balance is 15,000. So where we will transfer this balance? To capital reserve. $15,000. The narration will be profit on reissue transferred to capital reserve. Profit on reissue transferred to capital reserve. So this completes your 12 marks question, and you can note it down. If you have any doubts, you can contact through Instagram. I have left a link in the description, and if you have any suggestions, you can comment below. And please subscribe and share it to your friends so that they can also get good marks in the accounts. Thank you for watching. Please note it down.